Hello my fellow riders and welcome to Riding Reviews. Today we're going to be doing a live stream and this is the third Q&A session that we've done. So today there's a couple of topics that I want to get into. One is parts from CMPO, motorbike stock, the Yamazaki's, upcoming events, Q&A and how to improve my channel. Now I will be only doing this for 30 minutes because I find that it keeps everybody active. So my first update will be on the E10 Fuel. Now the E10 Fuel is coming into the UK on September the 16th. Now this E10 Fuel is the reason why it's called E10. The minute we use E5, which means that it contains 5% ethanol and the E10 contains 10% ethanol. Now there's been a lot of controversy about this and lots of people are wondering, will my bike still run on the E10 fuel? Yes, it will. All bikes from before 2011 will 100% run on E10 fuel. All bikes before that still probably will run on E10 fuel, and again, the only one time you're going to have a problem with this fuel is when you have like a two-stroke. A two-stroke may have an issue because you've got to put additives in, and again you're diluting the fuel down to a lower grade. So the problem with ethanol in your fuel at the minute is it has a high tendency of corroding things. So it will corrode your tanks if they're not protected. So they've got like a protective coating on them now. If that coating corrodes, then potentially you're going to have problems with corroded tanks. Also, if you have plastic pipes, it can corrode that, and also rubber things inside your tank, it can corrode that. But just so that everybody understands that the E10 is not going to be that much of an issue, because France, Germany, Iceland and Finland, I believe, have been using E10 for the last 10 years, and France. So yes, everybody is worrying about the E10, but I'm going to do a better video in the future on this, and I've been doing a lot of research. But to take home with you today, what you've got to understand is E10's probably not going to affect your bike. Stock from CMPO, again, I will be doing a video later on this. The reason I'm doing it on CMPO is because they have actually sent me an email giving me a little bit of information from themselves. They have released a statement telling me some information and a press release sort of thing, so that we can make it official, make it a good video, and I will explain to you all of the ins, outs, maybes, whatever that affect the CMPO stock and also affect the motorbikes coming into the UK. Hi Ricky, how's it going? Yamazaki YM50s and the other Yamazaki models are coming in as of first or second month of August. I know they've been delayed quite a lot, but they will be coming in shortly. And yeah, some updates on my own channel. I'm thinking about doing a members section, but I was wondering if you guys would actually use the members section, or is it just something that I'm spreading myself a little bit too thin on anyway. Again, this would be open for other people's, what should we say, it would mean that, say, you would get a release of my videos 1 week early instead of getting them all on the same time, which is usually on a Friday. Sometimes I do give consecutive other videos, but this is how it is. And I'm running through these lists of my things to talk about quite quickly today. So yeah, any questions that you've got, I will do my very best to answer them to the best of my ability. So if you do have anything that you want to ask, please ask away. Some of the other things that we will go into over the coming time. So I would be doing quite a few more instructional videos on how to maintain your bike. I will be doing some ride around the block videos, and I will also be doing videos on obviously the new models that are coming in. I have got a little bit of an issue of getting hold of models at the minute, but everybody has the same issue. I mean, take for instance this year, there was a lot of things that have affected the motorbike industry on a whole, and that's not just Chinese, that would be the Japanese, that would be the motorbike car industry, metal, all that sort of stuff has all been affected quite hard by quite a lot of different factors in the UK. Yes, as in you guys, it's me. I'm the only one who runs this channel, and yes, there is a couple of videos on the Keyway Superlight. I think I've got about 5 or 6, and they are my most popular video. I think they've got about 25 to 30,000 views. So yeah, we're talking about getting the motorbikes into the UK and the struggles that we've had this year. Obviously everybody has had a struggle with COVID, and that's been across the board, but that has affected other stuff in other ways. So yes, we had problems with the COVID, we had problems with getting things out of China because of COVID. They shut their ports for about 4 months. So the Yamazaki YM50 was due to land in the UK on in February, but because of shipping and all that sort of stuff, we still haven't got it, and we ordered those bikes in December last year. So that's a bit of an issue. Also, as I said, because they weren't opening their ports, you couldn't export anything from China, and that was for about 3 months. Taiwan stopped creating semiconductors, so in a motorbike you need semiconductors for everything. The ECUs use it, quite a lot of the components, quite a lot of the sensors use some sort of semiconductor, and they just stopped completely and haven't started up transporting their semiconductors out yet. So everybody, car manufacturers, electronics manufacturers, laptops, all of that sort of stuff, and motorbikes are struggling with that because they can't get the parts required to build the bikes. Again, different parts of China are under lockdown, so yes, one bike might be made in a place where there isn't any lockdown, but they may have to get a component from a section where that does have lockdown, so they won't be able to finish the entire bike because they can't get one thing. And this year the main problem was the batteries, so they couldn't get hold of those. Then we had the Suez Canal incident, which was a boat decided that it needed to crash into the side and get stuck for a week. That meant that I think it was over 1 million containers couldn't get through that canal. And the actual boat itself, apparently from what I heard, that boat was destroyed. Not destroyed, it was written off by the insurance company. So all the stock on that went in the bin. Another problem is as well, so when we import a motorbike or a container of motorbikes, that importing usually costs around £2,500. This year it's gone up to £14,500, and what this means is, say a company orders a container full of sofas, and the container full of sofas is worth £4,000. They have to pay half of the container before they'll build it. Then they build it, and the container's then sitting on the dock ready to go. If the prices go up to higher than the profit margin on the container, people will just say there's no point, keep my deposit and get rid of the items I've bought. So those items have to be removed from the container, they have to be sorted, and they have to be destroyed. And then there's another container that can't come through. So anyway, I'm blabbering on quite a lot now. Has anybody got any questions in regards motorbike maintenance, motorbike problems, or anything like that I can answer? Because otherwise I'm going to have to mumble on for a little bit longer. So Chris, my WK Colt says E5, yes it will run on E10. E5 again, so E5 means that it's 5% ethanol, E10 means it's 10% ethanol. Your bike will run on that because of it still burns correctly. You may get less miles to the gallon and your performance might go down a little bit, but 100% it will run on E10 fuel. Daniel, I can compare the Lex Motor XR to the Zonte's 125U1 in a video at some point when I can get it, but I can do a quick comparison now if it helps. So the Lex Motor XR has got something in the region of 12 horsepower, so that's one downside for that. Me personally, I think the LXR is uncomfortable, and I have said this on many occasions. Reason for that is you're sitting on the seat and then they dig in to your legs. Lots of people who own the LXR have said this isn't a problem, but I don't like it. And the other problem is the new style Euro 5 LXR has been lifted up at the back, so it means that you're going to get pushed into there even more. I think the price difference is only a couple of £100, maybe £500 between the two. Even less if you just get the U version instead of the U1. But spec wise, the ZT125U1 is leaps and bounds better than the LXR. It has more power, it has a better seating position, it is more refined, it looks like it's a better build. I've seen KTMs and that come to cheap bikes for us, and I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between those two. How long will it take you to put a 125 engine into a Yamazaki? For me to put that in, it takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours. But I've done that fairly often, so I'm used to it. But for somebody to do it who doesn't know how to do it correctly, it may take them longer, but it's easy to do at home. You just got to make sure that you tighten all the bolts up. The only thing that may be slightly difficult for some people is you would have to probably change the blocks on the wiring harness that come out of the 125cc engine. In regards to the 125cc, you can actually put up to a 192 in that frame with the laydown engines, so it's the same engines that's in a pit bike. Mario, hi, I was wondering, will my 50cc engine overheat if I ride a long distance? My engine is already broken in and has 8,000 kilometers. The answer to that is no. You can pretty much leave a GY6 engine, which is the one that's probably in your 50cc scooter. If it's a two-stroke, if it's a 4-stroke, it'll be a GY6. If it's a 2-stroke, you may have issues. Because they don't like long duration riding as much as a 4-stroke. So on a 4-stroke engine that is air cooled, you can actually leave it for half an hour plus standing still, and it's not going to overheat. When you're riding along 30 miles an hour on your motorbike, you will get loads of air coming in underneath the engine and cooling it down quite a lot. So yeah, if you're moving, it's not a problem. The only problem generally is if you're sitting still. The GY6 engines are designed to be water cooled. That's why they've got fins on them. Air cooled, sorry. That's why they've got the fins on them. Any more questions? Otherwise, I'll have to start rambling again. Is there anything that you think, because you've watched my videos, obviously you've watched all of them, I can tell, because you've watched all my videos, is there anything that you can suggest that I could make my videos better to make it so that people like to watch them more? If you saw my original videos compared to the videos I have now, you will see they are massive leaps and bounds better now than they used to be. I didn't like to be on camera. I'm still not 100% on being on camera because it's like talking to a mirror. And I know I'm beautiful, but I don't like talking to myself. Yeah, so if there's anything that you guys can suggest to me that will make my videos better, some of the other people on my channel that regularly talk to me, help me out and help me increase and make my videos better. Now there was before, when I got to 1 million views, people wanted to know how much money I actually made off of this YouTube thing, and how what I do with the money. So when I get money from YouTube, 99% of the time it goes back to YouTube. So I bought Adobe, I bought a contract for Adobe so I can use the new editor. I also bought a couple of cameras, some lights, all that sort of stuff, and all of that comes from my YouTube fund. So I have worked on average 4 hours on each video, and I have over 256 videos, which works out at just over 1,000 hours of working. Now, how much do you reckon 1,000 hours of working is worth? What do you think you would be willing to pay, be paid for 1,000 hours of work? Anybody? No? Okay, so for 1,000 hours of work on YouTube, it is worth, let's see, move that up there, wrong one, 1 second. I can't figure this out, I didn't set it up properly. So not that one, not that one. So anyway, I'm talking rubbish now. So for 1.1 million views, I got £1,491.38. So again, this will be something that I will do in a video at a later date, but there we go. The motorbike industry on the whole is on a massive downcline at the moment. Obviously, it's probably because nobody's got any stock. So, yeah. Right, I know I said that I was going to do a 30-minute show here, but it doesn't seem to be getting much traction. So unless anybody's got any questions, I am probably going to call it a day, because pretty much had enough of talking to myself. Can I fit heated grips to my WK125? Yes, you can. Simple. You can usually, it's down to you can usually fit either heated grips or a USB charger, but generally you can't fit both because of how much power the bike creates. So I hope that answered your question. Anybody else got anything? Otherwise I am going to call it a day. So, okay, it looks like that's about it. So, thank you for watching my live stream. I hope I've answered some questions, and especially on the Euro 10 Fuel. I hope that you are now a little bit more relieved on knowing that your bike will run on the E10 Fuel. So, thank you for watching it. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up, and hit the notification bell to stay updated to all of my latest content. And I pressed the wrong button. Sorry about that. Yeah, thank you for obviously keeping an eye on my channel. But yeah, so hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and as always, ride safe.